Well, I hope you were able to enjoy some of the harvest celebrations where we had Ishmael coming as well. It was all very exciting, good for the community as well as our family service. Thinking about being thankful, last week we looked at the video of people being thankful to the Lord for different things. Now we're back to looking at the fruit of the Spirit now. The fruit of the Spirit, as we've looked at love, joy and peace so far, and different people in the church have said what those things might mean to them. Well, this coming Sunday, we're looking at the next part of the fruit of the Spirit, the fruit of patience. You might have heard a bit about the story of Joseph's life, how he was loved by his father and then sold into slavery by his brothers. And at this point he ends up in prison, in that little reading there, how he ended up in prison and he had to stay there longer than he was expecting to. He expected to be released, the next day, and he had to wait for 2 more years. Imagine how long that would be. 2 years. Feels like a long time. But he had to wait. He had to show patience. God hadn't forgotten him. Now we have to show patience with a lot of things, but supposing the fruit of patience was an actual fruit, what fruit might it be? Well, you might not recognise this here. This here is a pomegranate. It's what they call an exotic fruit, which grows in hot places and tastes very different to some of the normal fruits you might have. I don't think Bruce is allowed to eat this one, so you won't see Bruce eating it, but you will see Bruce a little bit later on. But why would this be a symbol of patience? Well, apparently one of these takes a long time to eat. It's a long journey trying to eat one of these. There's so many seeds inside, and cutting it up, it takes a long time to prepare. Like lots of other fruits, like apple, banana, you just eat them. Whereas this takes a lot of work, takes a long time to be able to eat one of these. So if the fruit of, if patience was an actual fruit, this is the one that it would be. A pomegranate, which takes a long time to eat. Now, patience can mean waiting a long time for something, or having to be patient when we get, angry or frustrated with things. But what do we think it means to different people in the church?
I practice patience every Sunday morning when I wait for Debbie and my 3 daughters to be ready.
Patience is trying to do something that we find difficult, not stopping but carrying on happily until we do the best that we can.
So when I think of patience, I remember this song that we used to listen to on a record, and it went like this. Be patient, don't be in such a hurry. Remember that God is patient too, and think of all the times when others have to wait for you.
Every time when I was crying for my family, God told me, be patient, I will bring your family here. And in Psalm 40, verse 1, I read that I wait for a long time. God heard me and He helped me. Also, in Philippians 4, verse 6, it is written that don't be anxious for anything, just by praying and thanksgiving, ask your requests from God. I did the same, and God brought my family here.
I do love my garden. I get a great deal of joy out of it, and especially when something is taking its time to grow or not bothering at all, but then it suddenly pops up. And I just thank the Lord for the patience for waiting for it to come.
Well, you might want to think about some of those things of what patience means to people, and think about what patience means to you, and how we can be better at growing that fruit in our lives. On Sunday morning in church, the children are going to be looking at that story of Joseph, how he had to be in the jail for longer than he was expecting to be there, and how he had to show patience. Let us try and grow that fruit more in our lives, that fruit of patience, and ask God to help us each day with it.